How many murder cases in the history of your career have you worked on in which the medical examiner made the determination that the manner of death could not be determined?
Objection.
I'm going to allow that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable putting a number on it. It's not a lot. I couldn't ballpark it for you, but I know it's not a lot.
Well, Trooper Proctor, you were asked this exact question in February of 2024 at another proceeding. Mm-hmm. And you indicated that you had never seen it in your entire career, correct?
I'm trying to run it.
Well, you were asked the question, so first, what do you mean by, of course it's undetermined? And your answer was, I said it at the time, it was kind of like, not like figuratively, of course, and of course, like I had never really seen that before in a homicide, end quote. Correct?
Yes.
Your statement in February of 2024, under oath, was you'd literally never seen that in any homicide you've ever worked, right?
Yes.
The medical examiner notified you on April 28th, 2022, that the manner of death, in her words, could not be determined. Is that right?
Yes.
Turning your attention to January 31st, 2022, did you have occasion to perform an autopsy in regard to a patient or a body of John O'Keefe?
I did.
And with reference to manner of death, what, if anything, did you list on Mr. O'Keefe's death certificate in relation to manner of death?
I listed could not be determined.
On April 28th, that same day, you received a text message from Trooper DeChico, correct?
Yes.
Do you see a text message received from Trooper DeChico with a photograph of the autopsy report?
Yes.
What was your response?
Of course it's undetermined.
And then what else did you write?
She was a whack job. Yep, so these came from me. From all accounts, he didn't do anything wrong. She's a whack job. C-U-N-T.
Objection.
So don't spell it. You have to. So these are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and say them.
Cunt.
From all accounts, he didn't do a thing wrong. That was your decision 16 hours into the investigation, correct?
Yes.
And the other decision that you made and the other determination you came to was my client, Karen Reed, was a whack job cunt, right?
Yes.
Of course it's undetermined. She was a whack job, right? Those are your two responses, correct?
Yes.
You were talking about Dr. Scordi-Bello, the female medical examiner who came to the determination that this was undetermined in terms of the manner of death. The reason you referred to Dr. Scordi-Bello as a whack job is because the cut and dry case that you had hoped for wasn't really going your way, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
When you referred to she's a whack job, were you referring to Dr. Scordi-Bello?
I don't recall.
Were you displeased about the undetermined finding?
No.
Would you have rather had a determined finding that it was a homicide?
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter to my office. We still investigate the same exact way if it's ruled determined, undetermined, or homicide.
Well, then why would you say, of course it's undetermined? She was a whack job, sarcastically.
A sarcastic remark I made to Trooper DeChico.
Right, which sort of suggests displeasure.
And the injuries that you observed, would that be consistent with injuries that you observed in other cases of a pedestrian collision?
They're not the classic pedestrian injuries that we observe, no.
But the determination of the medical examiner, that didn't matter to you, right? Because you had already decided you were going to charge Miss Reed with murder anyway.
Objection.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, determination did not matter as we continued on with the investigation.
Notwithstanding the medical findings in the case, correct? That it was not determined to be a homicide, right?
Considering the manner, but
And that's because even though in the words of the prior group chat that this whole thing stinks, you were going to make it cut and dry by putting it on the girl, putting serious charges on the girl, notwithstanding what the medical examiner said, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
On February 1st, 2024, you were asked, so what you're telling this grand jury today, and you expect this grand jury to believe that you didn't care whether the medical examiner came back with a homicide determination? It doesn't matter to you? And your answer, quote, no, because either way, Ms. Reed was going to be charged. Right?
correct.
That's how you make a case cut and dry, isn't it? And Trooper Proctor, it would be far easier for you to pin it on the girl who's just a whack job cunt, in your words, who you hope just kills herself. Right?
Objection.
Sustained.
Shame on you, sir.
She wears a cross around her neck.